Okay, so here's the thing about holiday parties. Whether it's your office party, your partner's company event, or even just the neighborhood holiday open house, these are networking gold mines, and yet most people are wasting them. Here's what I mean. You show up, you grab a drink, and you talk to the same 3 people you already know. Maybe you make awkward small talk about the weather with someone new, and then you go home. And that's it. Opportunity wasted. But the truth is, holiday parties are one of the easiest, most natural ways to network without even realizing you're networking. You're already there. People are already in a good mood. The pressure is off because it's not a formal networking event. It's just a party. And yet, most people don't take advantage of it. So today I am going to give you the simple strategy to turn these holiday gatherings into real relationship building opportunities. We're going to talk about what to do before the party, what to do at the party, and the most important part, what to do after the party. Because if you don't follow up, none of it matters. Welcome to Creating Opportunities, the podcast for professionals who know that building relationships isn't just a soft skill, it's a career advantage. I'm Cassandra Thompson, and every week we talk about how to better connect in our work lives. Whether you're leading a team, landing a client, or frankly, just feel disconnected in your day-to-day, this podcast is here to help. Okay, so let's talk about why holiday parties are such a big deal for networking. First off, think of the variety of people you meet at these parties. Now, if you're at a company like The Office, if you're at Dunder Mifflin, your holiday party is mainly all people you know. But some of us end up at larger holiday parties. So for example, when I worked at Wheel of Fortune, yes, we had our Wheel of Fortune party, and there was still the opportunity to meet people's partners, spouses, sister they brought along who could bring opportunities. But we also went to the Sony Christmas party that had every employee. So all of a sudden, I'm playing fake blackjack next to someone from development, right? Or somebody from global marketing finance, whatever, some weird title I've never heard of. You can end up at places with just a lot of people from a lot of different areas. And even if we're not looking for a job, it's great to meet these people because we never know when we might need them. So you can just meet some cool new people that might help you down the road. But again, it's not just your office party. Maybe you're going as the plus one to your friend's party or to your spouse's holiday party. Well, great. Now you're meeting a bunch more people in entirely different industries. Or at the neighborhood gathering. You know, this is what I love about somebody's holiday open house, a housewarming party, certain big milestone birthday parties. People tend to bring people from different circles together. And because you have that person in common, you have a great starting off point to start getting to know new people and build those relationships. So the point is, these holiday gatherings create really cool opportunities to expand your network into different areas. And the best part is, it doesn't feel like networking, it's just socializing, which honestly is what networking actually should be. So interestingly, research backs this up. It says that building relationships at formal gatherings creates stronger bonds than formal networking events. Why? Because people's guards are down. They're more relaxed. They're more themselves. Also, I think it's because we talk about things other than you go to something that's like a formal networking event. We end up only talking about business or career, the professional side of ourselves, unless you're good at this and you learn how to veer it into personal. But if we're only talking about those business things, we only see one piece of a person. When we're at informal events, we're more relaxed. We're talking about where we went on vacation. We're talking about the movie we saw last week. And we just get to know each other on a different level. But the problem is that most people treat these events like social events and nothing more. They're not thinking strategically about how to use them to meet new people and turn those into better networking relationships. They don't prepare and they don't follow up afterwards. And I'm not saying we have to give this tons of thought. It's more about having some intentionality. So let's talk about how to be intentional and yet still have fun at these events, still socialize, but make them more than just a one-off, oh, it was nice to meet that person. Okay, so what to prepare before the party? And I know it sounds silly. It's like, it's my office holiday party. Why do I need to prepare? Well, what if you end up in the buffet line in front of the president of the company? Wouldn't you like to make a good impression with that person? Or you're going to your spouse's party and you find someone that would be a great lead for what you do as a service-based business. Don't you want to make sure that you're prepared if the opportunity comes. I mean, this is my whole thing, is like, we don't know when opportunity is going to strike. So we've got to be ready. So we're going to prepare a little bit. So this means first, if you can know who's going to be there and think ahead about who you'd want to meet, great. Go ahead and try and think that through. But oftentimes we don't know that. That's okay. However, like I just said, if it's the whole company party and you know the president will be there and you would like to meet the president of the company and just introduce yourself, great, you've thought about it. You want to meet them. That's all I'm talking about on this part. It's not like making a detailed list with like lines drawn to who could help who. It's just taking a minute to go, who would I like to meet? And then practice your introduction. What do you need to say if you meet that person that would be a great client? What is it you want them to know about you? Or that somebody can then pass on that information down the road. You want to practice your intro. Think about what you want someone to know about you and then practice it in your house walking around as you're getting ready. It sounds really silly, but we are not great at saying our own names and then relaying that information to people. So taking the time to say over and over again in your house, for me, it would be something like, hi, I'm Cassandra. See, even as I did it, oh, this is why we practice it, right? You need to practice what you want that next sentence to be. So mine would probably be, hi, I'm Cassandra. I work with probably whoever it was, right? Oh, I'm a friend of, that's going to be part of the intros. How do you know the person that's hosting the party? Hi, I'm Cassandra. I'm a friend of Christy's. She was actually a client of mine and I coached her on how to use LinkedIn. Great. Now they know I coach on LinkedIn, but I used her as my bridge. Or, hi, I'm Cassandra. I work in the marketing department for blah, blah, blah. It sounds really simple, but you want people to know something about you more than your name. So give them that extra little piece. But as you saw from my demo of this, we really do have to practice it. Do not wait till the moment. And then last prep thing, this sounds kind of silly, but eat something before you go, okay? Do not go in starving. I one time famously, this is gonna be for the 20-somethings who watch this, learn from me. In my 20s, I went to a bridal brunch at like 11, like a bridesmaid's brunch at 11 a.m. and then did not eat anything for the rest of the day until the office party at 7 p.m. And before eating anything, coworkers said, let's do a shot at the bar. Yes, I took a tequila shot at an office party. I worked in television, okay? I don't recommend this for most. This is probably one of my biggest faux pas I've made at an event. But I had that one shot and things got a little fuzzy. Not bad. I wasn't drunk. I've never been drunk. But things got a little fuzzy and it probably wasn't a wise move. You sometimes go to a party and they hand you something right as you walk in, right? A glass of something right as you walk in. I would recommend eat first. So eat it so we don't get drunk, and eat so that you're not trying to fill up on food instead of talking to people. It's really hard to have a conversation when you're like the chips and dip girl the whole night. Just have the convo. Also for me, I mean, I don't know about you, if I have that plate of food in my hand, I can't stop myself from eating it in the conversation. So it's just easier if I don't have it. Now also on the drink thing, I've said this in other videos and I talk about this more in my workshop on networking at in-person events, Confidently Connect. I am now a Diet Coke girl in hand. I don't drink at parties. Fun fact, it wasn't that tequila event that taught me that, but last tip for preparing, eat something ahead of time. Okay, now we're at the party. Woo, we did it. You're going, Cassandra, can't I just let my guard down now? Can't I just go and enjoy? Yes, you can, but to make it enjoyable, let's talk about a couple of things that will help with that. So one, read body language. Not everyone wants to be approached. If people are huddled on couches deep in conversation, probably not the group to walk up to. If people are in a circle and it's open, that's going to be a group that'll let you in. So be paying attention to who wants to be talked to. Now this also goes to my overall networking rule at events. Don't go for the wallflower. Many books will tell you in networking, oh, warm up by talking to a wallflower. I've learned some people don't know what a wallflower is. A wallflower is the person who is literally up against the wall. They look like they're holding it up. Literally is pressed against a wall, looking miserable, probably looking at their phone. They don't want to be at this party. And a lot of people will give the advice, oh, go talk to the wallflower because they want someone to talk to. No, they don't. They don't want to be there. Now you can talk to someone who's standing alone at like a cocktail table who's got open energy, but don't practice on the wallflower. Read body language. Next, use easy conversation starters. I am not a fan of trying to make yourself clever or witty. You're already stressed out about meeting new people. Social events already feel kind of hard when they're professional. But even I've been to holiday open houses in a neighborhood where I only know the host and I don't know anyone else. It's a whole room of new people. That's awkward enough. We don't need to be witty on top of it. That's an extra level of stress we don't need to give ourselves. So instead, you just need to be friendly. Think about what you'd like someone to ask you. Things like, oh, are you doing anything fun for the holidays? Did you do anything fun this weekend, or did you go anywhere? How long have you been at this company? What's something you're working on that's exciting you? Now, I would try and get off of work-based things. Maybe it's something at the event. Oh, did you try your hand at whatever game is over there? Or how long have you been at the company? Great. They answer and go, oh, are all the parties like this one? Or what was your favorite event? Just be friendly. And then one of my biggest tips on networking at any kind of in-person event is leave the loop open. Do not close the conversation. What I mean is, don't say everything you need to say in that one conversation. So if you get into a conversation with someone and you realize, oh my gosh, they work in that department and we could really help each other. I think I could be a good asset to them on this project that he just told me about. You don't say how in that conversation. You say, oh, that's really interesting, that project you're working on. I might have some ideas for you. Could I get your card, or could we exchange contact info? I'd love to follow up. Leave it open so that you have a reason to follow up later. And then you can share the great ideas you have and how you think you could help. But don't try and do it in the moment. This sounds really simple. It's really hard to do when we see a connection and we get excited about it. And yes, it might be project related, but it also could be something as simple as you're at that holiday open house and someone says, oh, we're looking for a place to host our friends or we're looking for a couple of great restaurants when our friends come into town in a couple of weeks. And you're like, oh my gosh, I've got 3 places in mind. You should go here, here, here. Follow up on it. Now, you made it through the party. You had fun. I hope you had some enjoyable conversations with some new people. Now we come to the most critical part, after. If you don't follow up, everything you did at that party was for nothing, okay? You have to follow up. Follow up with people within 48 hours. So this can be as simple as just sending them a LinkedIn request and saying, it was so great meeting you on Friday. Or it could be deeper. Hey, it was great meeting you at the party. I know you mentioned you were looking for some restaurants for when your friends are in town. Here are 3 I think are great. Let me know if you end up using any of them or if you go to any of them. Great. But you want to do it within 48 hours to keep the momentum going. If you wait, I'm telling you right now, if you wait a week, you're going to go, oh, now it feels too long. Now it's weird that a week later I thought of them. So 48 hours is a sweet spot. And then down the road, you're going to use my see something, say something method. You see something that made you think of them and you write them about it. So let's say you do meet somebody at the blackjack table at the holiday casino party. It isn't just FYI the office that's had those. I think many of us, raise your hand, hit the like button if you too have been to a holiday casino party or a themed casino party for your office. But let's say you meet somebody at that blackjack table and you joke about, will you ever really gamble or something? The next time you're in Vegas, even if it's a year later, you take a picture of you being at the hotel and say, I'm about to spend my cash. I actually did it, right? Like I went and actually gambled my own money. Some joke with them, that's fine. Or the next time you go to that restaurant that you recommended, you say, oh, I tried blah, blah, blah tonight. Or let's say you were the person who was recommended the restaurant. When you go to it, you're gonna think of the person who told you about it. Let them know, hey, I tried it. It's now one of our favorites. Maybe now you invite them to go to dinner there too. So if you see something, you say something. Okay, so quick recap. Holiday gatherings are networking gold, but only if you treat them that way. Before the party, try to find out who's gonna be there. Practice your introduction so you don't do what I did in this recording, and definitely eat something before you go. A chopstick, a little granola bar, a little something. At At the party, read body language to see who's approachable, and just be a friendly person asking normal conversational questions that are more on the fun side. Do anything fun, do anything exciting, going anywhere for the holidays. Try and stay a little more personal than professional. It'll actually deepen the relationship more. And after the party, the most important part, follow up with people within 48 hours. And then down the road, if you see something that reminds you of them, say something. Now, that is part of my relationship runway. That is something I teach in teams, to companies, anyone looking to build better relationships either inside their workplace or with clients. If that's something that interests you, you can send me an email at the link in the description box and show notes below. But the key thing here, y'all, is don't waste this amazing opportunity that comes around every year. Use these holiday parties to build new relationships that can create new opportunities for both of you, and who knows where they will lead. That is what makes life magical and an adventure, and it's that time of year where we feel that sort of magic quality, right? That fun, festive feeling, so use it to your advantage. And if you start approaching these holiday parties with a little bit of strategy and a lot of genuine interest in other people, you'll walk away with connections that actually matter. So I want you to start thinking about what gatherings are you going to this holiday season. And I want you to pick one, just one, where you will try this out. You know, you don't have to do this at all of them. Sometimes we do just want something fun to be fun. That's okay. But choose one and use these strategies and see what comes from it. Meet some new people, follow up, see what happens, and then please, oh please, report back. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up. And I also have a bunch of other videos on these topics around networking, connection, building better relationships. I will put a link to those here, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for tuning into the Creating Opportunities podcast. If you found this valuable, please hit subscribe wherever you're listening, and it would really help us out if you leave a quick review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And if you are watching this on YouTube, hi to my YouTube folks, please like and comment below. I do read every one, and it's small things like that that make a big difference in getting this show out there to more people who want to have better relationships in their work lives. So thank you for that, and I'll see you in the next one.